are working on our second chakra. When you start from the floor up, we have our root chakra to begin with, Muladhara, and our second chakra is our sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. This chakra is all about alignment. Our first chakra, we entered our temple, and you firm your solid foundation, your base to stand upon, to feel the support. You widen and we rise. As we rise, we then start to tap into each additional chakra on the journey up. So our second chakra, our sacral chakra, we'll be working on today. Aligning and feeling, working with polarities and just diving in. So today I would recommend having a set of yoga blocks, a small rectangle, or folded blanket you can fold into a rectangle, and a yoga strap. When you're ready, meet me lying down on your back on your mat. Once you get lying down, you can take your feet slightly wide and open up your chest, maybe widen your arms, and just take a moment and windshield wiper your knees softly and slowly from side to side. We're going to be working a lot today with our pelvis, pelvic tilts, and we'll work on lubricating our hip joints and just feeling the sensation of our sacrum, our sacral area, as well as our lower abdomen, our sensual organs, all of the above. So begin to plant your feet hips width distance apart on the mat and within a foot from your hip bones, so sliding the heels in just a little bit. Your arms can tee out wide to the sides and press your palms into the ground. We're going to work with pelvic tilts to start to warm up our hips. So we'll softly tilt our pelvis into the mat, lifting your sacrum just softly off the ground. You can imagine a gentle arch of your back lifting away from the earth. Your belly button will reach up for the sky, and just let your upper body relax and stay where it is. From here, you'll simply pull your belly button back down, flattening your back on the mat. So pelvic tilts can lift up, feeling all the feels, and pull back down. Breathe in as you lift, and breathe out as you flatten your back. Try to make this rhythm, the rhythm of the movement, match your breath. And just feel, notice any sensations or emotions that might come up as you move, and experience today your postures from within rather than from the outside looking at what a shape you think should be. All about feeling. Let your chin just bob a little bit as you go, letting your body move freely. Let's do a couple more. Small movements, yet so big and alive from the feeling sensation. One more time and we'll flatten our back at the bottom. Beautiful. Hug your knees in towards your chest from here with a flat back, a heavy tailbone on the earth. Just give yourself a little squeeze. Acknowledge the emotions or the sensations you just felt with those simple pelvic tilts. From here, friends, we're going to take our right ankle over our left thigh for thread the needle, left leg towards the sky. And try to activate your feet, flex your feet. And you can take your hands through threading the needle, capturing your left hamstring muscle. Think of drawing your right knee towards the wall below you, just to open up your hip a little bit more on the right side. Shoulders are soft in the mat. The back of your head should be rested on the ground. Let's take one more breath in here as you flex your feet. And as you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Capture your hands around your shins and either plant your left foot on the mat or slide your left leg long, whatever is more comfortable for you. Shoulders soft, chest open wide. You can start to take your right knee over to the right side, opening that hip even more. Find one more inhale, and as you exhale, supine twist, take your knee across to the left side. Think of stacking your hips, opening up your arms on the mat, and you can look over to the right side or just up at the ceiling. You can always place a block under the right knee or thigh for support. Before we come out, we want to find some gentle core activation, belly button to spine. That'll protect your low back. And slowly bring your hips back to the mat and draw both knees into your chest. And now left ankle over right thigh to thread your needle. Right foot to the ceiling. Capture your hamstring muscles. Flex your feet. Imagine every breath widening your back on the mat. Take a breath in and exhale, left knee into your chest. Capture your shin with your hands. Plant your right foot or your right leg on the earth. Squeeze that knee in and over towards your armpit, and then slowly open your knee up to the left side. Take a breath and supine twist with your breath out. Left knee to the right side. Open up your arms. Look up or to the left side now. Remember, you can use a block under your left thigh for support. Pull your belly button to your spine to activate your core, protecting your back, and draw your hips back to the mat, knees back to your chest. A little squeeze. You can shimmy across your low back this time. Little sacrum massage. And we'll find bound angle pose from here. You can plant your feet, walk them together, and then open up your knees wide. If there's any tension in the hip flexors here or anything, you can put blocks underneath your thighs for support, that little lift. Otherwise, just let them open up. Walk your shoulders down your back. We're going to add some activation on here. So press your feet together, take a breath in. When you exhale, squeeze your knees together, knees towards the sky. Plant the soles of your feet on the mat, but keep your feet touching. When you inhale, slowly with control and with resistance, open the knees back up. And as you exhale, squeeze the knees back together. Move through these with your breath. See if you can tee your arms out wide and press your palms into the mat, allowing your chest to open. And move with breath, nice and slow. If you start to feel some shakes in the inner thighs, that's actually good. That means you're feeling the energy, getting that activation. Nothing should ever hurt. We might go beyond finding our edge with muscular tension, but if things hurt, we want to back out. Try to draw your belly button into the earth now, flattening the low back for this asana practice right here. Relaxing the upper body, just using these legs, the inner thigh muscles, feeling energy lighting up our sacral chakra. We got to energize so that we can bring awareness into the feelings, the sensations of what's happening, and activate from there. Do one more, lift all the way up. You can open all the way wide. And then lift all the way up again, drawing your knees back into your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze. Flat back, heavy tailbone in the earth. Maybe you shimmy side to side. You can always trace circles on the ceiling with your knees if that feels good. If not, just squeeze the knees to your chest. Rock front and back a few times up to a seat. You can also just let your knees fall off to one side and support yourself up to the seat. So meet me in a comfortable seat, Sukhasana, or Sukha means ease. So finding ease in your seat. Just rest your palms on your thighs, soften your shoulders down your back. If you feel safe in the room you're in, you can let your eyes maybe close or just have a hazy gaze out in front of you on the horizon. Feeling your sitting bones in the earth and all the places where your body is being supported, having connection with the mat. Notice your spine. Can you sit even taller? An affirmation you can carry with you for your practice today, if you'd like, is I feel. I feel. With your inhale, let your belly expand, feeling the space fill up with breath. Contracting with your exhale. Feel the ribs expand as you inhale. And contract back down into the belly when you breathe out. Bottom to top when you inhale, filling the belly, the ribs, and then the chest. Fill up with breath. Spine gets even taller. Let's place our hands on our low abdomen. Fill your breath, rise and fall. Sitting even taller. Bringing softness to your shoulders and to your facial muscles. You can take your hands up to your low ribs. Feel the breath as it comes in through the belly and then enters and fills up, widens the space of your ribs. And now for the chest, take your hands, interlace them behind your head, elbows wide. Let the belly lift. Your ribs widen and your chest open up and shine. Just another breath or two here. Now the next time you inhale at the top, open up your heart. We're going to gently arch our back now. So think cats and cows. Take a gentle arch in that low back, lift up through the chest, breathe in. And for your exhale, round your back, squeeze your elbows in, chin towards the chest. Inhale, re-expand and open, lift and shine your chest. Exhale, curl in, round, coil up. Just a few more times with your breath. And then next time you open up, stay up, reach your arms to the sky, big breath in. And exhale, hands to your thighs. We're going to come forward into tabletop pose from here. So come forward onto your knees. Palms are spread wide. You're reaching forward through the crown of your head rather than looking forward. And starting with a bird dog, left leg back, right arm forward after you find your balance. Try to level your hips and shoulders. Keep looking towards your mat, reaching forward through the crown, keeping this length in your spine. From here, we're going to take elbow to knee, so breathe in. And when you exhale, round your back, elbow to knee or thigh. Squeeze your limbs up towards your body. Yep. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, squeeze in and round. Inhale, lengthen back out. Last time, exhale, squeeze and round. Now inhale, get long and hold it out. You can stay here and hold, or option to cat grab tail, bend your back knee and reach back with your hand to your foot. You can also use a strap for this if it feels like you need it. Kick your foot up towards the sky. You can always challenge yourself and lower to the left forearm if you wanted, elbow under the shoulder. Kicking up with the foot, opening up the chest, one more breath in. And exhale softly without slingshotting, release your foot, tabletop pose. Beautiful. We'll do the other side now, right leg back, left arm forward. Keep that length. Using a little engagement of your right glute to lift the leg and hold it, take a breath in, and exhale, round elbow to knee. Pressing the earth away as you round and curl in, drawing limbs into the body. Last time. When you get long with your breath, hold it out. An option to bend the back knee, tiger tail, capture your foot, kick your foot into your hand. You might lower to a forearm again if you did last time, elbow under the shoulder. Nice, one more breath in. And softly release, tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And pedal out your legs to energize them, to wake them up. And also softly nod your head, no and yes, to release tension in your neck and end on a positive note. Very nice. We'll start to find stillness in our dog.
You lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees, look between your palms, and then start to tippy-toe forward, feet behind the wrists. First forward fold. You can always use blocks here if you have glaucoma or any tension. The blood pressure runs to the face and into the eyes, so take care of yourself if you need to stay a little bit more elevated. Otherwise, allow yourself to fold. Maybe take a rag doll, find some sort of bind, and maybe sway from one foot to the other, softly and slowly. We'll find some stillness. Let your hands melt to the mat. You can walk your feet in either parallel with one another under your hips or big toes to touch. Bend your knees, slowly round your spine, and inhale, rising up to standing. Hands, heavy weights by your sides. From the top, shoulders down your back. Now, if you feel dizzy when you stand up, you can keep your chin tucked into your chest for a moment. Flip your palms forward and inhale, mountain pose. Reach up, Tadasana. Stand tall for a moment. Find that firm base. Spread your toes wide on the mat. Root down. Lift your thighs. Activate your core. Soften your shoulders. Imagine widening your base. So widening your feet energetically, ripping your mat in half. Nice. Take one breath in here. And exhale, cactus arm, little baby back bend. So we'll gently arch our back. Beautiful. Inhale, mountain Tadasana. Reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Slide up into a halfway lift from here. Long energy in your spine. You might use blocks, or the hands might come to thighs or stay on the mat, or whatever you need to do. Soft bend in your knees. Take a breath in. And exhale, high plank or tabletop. You can always do planks on your forearms as well. Heels high on the toes. Press the earth away. Keep your spine long. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower to the mat. For a cobra pose, untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down. Palms are under your shoulders. Inhale, slowly peel your chest off the mat. Make sure you're looking forward and down so we're not crunching our neck up. Activate your leg muscles and lift your knees off the earth. So we're working the back muscles, the paraspinals, really lift up, hitting our posterior chain. So important to keep the spine long and avoid the hunching and rounding that naturally happens, especially as we sit in front of our desk. It's another breath in, lift up a little higher. Nice, exhale, release. You can shimmy your hips at the bottom, release any tension or stiffness. Inhale to tabletop or plank, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, soft knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Fold and release. Standing mountain, arms to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Now this time you can come half or all the way down, so shift slightly forward. Hug your elbows in as you lower. And inhale, either cobra or up dog, floating the legs. Heart is lifted. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal those legs, release your low back, soften the tension in your neck. And let's move on. Inhale your right leg high. So from here, we'll find a scorpion dog. You can bend your heel to your glute, lift your knee, level your shoulders. Make sure your left knee is not bobbing side to side, just facing forward. Take one more breath in. And exhale, low lunge, step between your palms or next to your right thumb. Make sure your feet are in line with your hips. Slowly rise up, crescent lunge, coming into standing. Now, depending on your shoulders, you can have hands up or at your heart or even down at your hips. Get that left heel nice and high, pulling your left hip forward in line with the right. Shoulders over the hips so your spine is staying tall. Drive down into your front foot, lift the back heel, feel your calf, take a breath in, and exhale, warrior two. We're gonna open up, back heel to parallel with the mat. Shoulders soft, arms nice and wide. Feel the openness in your front thigh muscle, the inner thigh, the groin. And you can flip your palms up here, and we're going to inhale into a star pose. So you're going to straighten the front leg and then pivot your foot now to face the side of your mat. And your arms can either be wide or maybe together or even at your heart, again, depending on shoulders. So from this shape, we're adding on a bit of an arch. I'm going to show you the side view. You can tee your arms out wide, palms face down now. Find that gentle arch of our back. So you're going to tilt your pelvis, just like we did at the beginning of class. Tilt that pelvis, have that gentle sway in your back, some spinal extension. Breathe in. And on an exhale, just fold part way down, just half a way down, letting your chest really reach forward, keeping that sway in your back. Really strong connection of foot to earth, that solid foundation. And just lifting up through the core, really working the back muscles. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back up to standing star pose. And then open up to your warrior 2. Again, that right foot pivots forward. Beautiful. From here, it's crescent lunge. We're going to slowly pick up our left heel and pivot our left hip from open to close. Let your arm gracefully come forward as you set it back up. Big breath in. Root into your front foot and exhale, step forward into chair pose. Squeeze the arms back into a sweet little chair plane. Sit deep into your seat. Keep the weight in your right foot. Inhale, one leg mountain. So our first standing balance. Bring your left knee up, shoulders soft and wide. Flex your foot. Try to keep your hips level. And notice if you sink into your right hip or your right hips kind of pop into the right, pull that energy up, hug the inner thighs, and have this nice long line of stacked joints on the right side. Beautiful. Slowly bring your hands to your heart. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Take that figure 4. It's a one leg chair. Feet stay active and flexed. Try to send your weight back into your seat. Draw the knee back and lift your chest. So we don't want to really fold over our legs here. We want to try to stay up and energized in that long spine. Finding a focal point in front of you for balance, something steady. One more breath in. And try to sit just a little deeper with that breath out. Press your right foot down. Inhale, one leg mountain. So returning back up. Draw your knee towards your chest here. We're going to slowly unfurl to a low lunge. So maybe hands to your heart. Slowly curl. Maybe knee stays bent. And try to land your toes and your palms at the same time. Nice. Back knee can come down now. We've got a bit of our runner's lunge. So you can walk your hands in under your shoulders. Let your right knee open up to the side. If your knee is a little sensitive on the back, you can fold your mat or put that blanket underneath your knee. Really letting the left hip flexors start to open up. And one more optional add-on here is our cat grabs tail. At another time, we've got the second option for it. So if you want a strap for that, go ahead and grab it. We'll lift up the left foot, take your right hand back and capture that foot. Softly pull your elbow towards your back, pulling the heel towards your glute. Just another round of breath. With your exhale, softly release your foot down. You don't want to slingshot your legs. Palms under your shoulders. Tuck the back toes. Lift your knee. Step it back to plank and chaturanga from here. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, softening your low back. So the same thing on the other side now. Inhale your left leg high. And then bend your knee, heel to glute, scorpion dog. Level your shoulders and keep sending your hips sky high. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Crescent lunge. Inhale, slowly rise. Starting from that firm base, make sure your feet are hips width apart. Pull your right heel high, right hip forward in line with your left. Working from the ground up, pull your low pit of belly in and up and soften your shoulders wide. Find a breath in and exhale, warrior 2, open up. You might need to adjust your feet, heel to archish alignment. Press down and extend open. Looking over your front fingertips. See if you can close your eyes and locate your center of gravity. Press firmly into your left heel so you can feel the leg muscles, the inner thigh muscles light up. Maybe flip your palms up and inhale, star pose. Rise up, pivot your left foot so you're facing the right side of your mat. Slowly begin to tee out your arms. Find that gentle arch of your back. Breathe in, open your chest. Exhale, fold halfway down. Chest lifted, legs are strong, soft bend in the knees, really pulling the torso and the core up towards the sky as you keep that gentle sway in your back. One more breath in and one more breath out. Press through your feet. Inhale, star, rise back up. Exhale, warrior two, pivoting your left foot forward. Crescent lunge, so pick up your back heel, pivot in the hip, and be soft and graceful with the arms as you come forward, lining your hips and shoulders, hugging the inner thighs, soft bend in the back knee. Press into your left foot, take a breath in, and exhale, chair plane. Softly step forward, land both feet, squeeze your shoulders down your back. Maybe your toes lift off the mat, lighting up the front of your shins. Take a breath in, lift your chest, take a breath out, sit a little deeper. Left foot is base. Inhale, one leg mountain, lift the right knee up. Flex your foot. Root down into the earth and pull that energy up, stacking all of your joints on the left side. Soften your right hip just a little. Take a breath in and exhale, figure four, ankle over thigh. Avoid any shrugging or rounding of your back or shoulders. Pull the energy back in space just a little. Last breath in. Can you sit just a ½ inch deeper? Breath out. One leg mountain, inhale, rise. Knee to chest, exhale, slowly unfurl to that low lunge. Take it slow, take it slow. When you land back, knee can come down. Option to use blocks under your hands. Walk your palms under your shoulders. Let that left leg open up just a little bit. In any and all of your yoga poses, you can have movement. You don't have to be still. So if you want a little rocking, add a little rocking. And from here, cat grabs tail. Slowly pull up the right foot towards the ceiling. This might be enough for you wherever you're at. Or you can use a strap or your hand, left hand back, and capture that foot. Being careful that you aren't jarring your leg, your shin side to side, just pulling in softly towards your low back. Hug your inner thighs here so you still have some pelvic floor control. Breathe in and exhale, softly release your foot, return your left hand under your shoulder. Tuck your back toes, lift your knees, step it back to plank. From here, plank, you can have chaturanga, lower halfway down or all the way down for cobra. Breathe in as you open your chest and downward facing dog, we return. Big breath in, big breath out. So we will flow one breath to one movement. Inhale, right leg up, open up into scorpion. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, swayed back, fold halfway down. Strong in the feet, inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Carefully, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, chair plane. Right foot space, inhale, one leg mountain. Left ankle over right thigh, breathe out. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, slowly uncurl, furl to your low lunge. This time change, left palm under your shoulder. Inhale, grounded twist, right arm up. One little change right here. You can always bring your back knee down or hug those inner thighs and lift. Press down into your left hand, open your chest to the right. Reach up and shine light through the fingers. Keeping the spine long. Take a breath in and exhale, right hand down, chaturanga or skip the chaturanga, up to you. Up dog with breath, down dog, exhale. Inhale your left leg up to scorpion. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold halfway over those wide legs, shine your chest. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, chair plane. Left foot is base. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, unfurl to your low lunge. Right palm down, grounded twist. Inhale your left arm up. Hug your inner thighs. Soft shoulders, open up the chest. Try to bring your chest to the left side. Last breath in. Exhale, hand down, chaturanga, take it or leave it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. So we add on a little bit more to our last part of the flow. Inhale your right leg up and back to scorpion dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold halfway down that star back. Really active energy in the muscles of the back. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Pause here as a change. Front palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Whew. Stretch the ribs. Breathe into the muscles and the spaces in between the ribs, the intercostals. Soften your shoulders. Reach up and back. One last breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm might come to your thigh, or you might reach for a block or the mat. Really opening that left hip from here, left rib stacked on top of the right, really opening your left side body. Lengthen your spine. Last breath in, last breath out. Press through your right foot, return to your warrior two, come up. Yep, and then open up crescent lunge. Drive into your front heel, take a breath. Exhale, chair plane, step forward. Pause here. So now we're gonna flow chair plane and crescent lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, chair plane. Strong energy in that right leg. Inhale, step back. Exhale, step forward. Two more times. You might just float your foot or you can tap it down. Last, inhale, crescent lunge. And we'll land in our chair plane. Whew. Inhale, one leg mount. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, one leg mountain. Here's another change. Exhale, open twist to the left. Open up. You might bring one hand to your sacrum and one to your shin. Shoulders soft. Get tall, and as we twist, think belly to inner thigh first, and then the shoulders can twist. And lastly, your neck as you look over your back shoulder. Make sure your foot is flexed up. Last breath in, and twist a little more breath out. Inhale, one leg mountain, and then slowly exhale, unfurl to your low lunge. Beautiful, pause here. Lizard lunge. So we're gonna take our palms under our shoulders and walk your right foot out and just slightly up, barely, barely up. You can always bring your back knee down. So lizard lunge, we're gonna hug our right inner thigh to our shoulder. Option to lower to forearms, or if you have blocks, you can lower your forearms onto the blocks. Always an option to bring the back knee down. Otherwise, hugging the inner thighs and just really opening up. Last breath in, and last breath out. Slowly return to your palms if you were elsewhere. Step it back to chaturanga or skip it. You got it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath in here. Big breath out, and we'll complete the other side. Inhale your left leg up, open. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold halfway down, extending through your back. Inhale, star, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, pause, front palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Commit to the lunge in your front knee. Keep it stacked over your ankle. Press your right pinky toe into the mat and really open and reach back. Soften that left elbow. One more breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Focusing on the length now in your right side body. Open up your chest. Shoulders plug into their sockets. One more breath in. Stay for that breath out. Press down in your feet. Inhale back to warrior two. And slowly pivot forward crescent lunge. Left foot is base. Breathe in here. Exhale, chair plane. And floating it back and forth. Inhale, crescent. Chair plane. Inhale. Two more times. Breathe. And we'll land in chair plane. Whew. One leg mountain. Inhale your right leg up. And cross it over into your figure four. One leg mountain. Return to standing. And open your twist. Finding your focal point to guide you. Maybe hands place on your body. Get tall through your spine. Inhale. And exhale, twist belly to inner thigh. Get a little taller. Breathe in. Exhale, twist the shoulders. Another breath in. And exhale, twist looking over your back shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, one leg mountain, unwind. Exhale, unfurl, low lunge, nice and slow. We've got lizard lunge from here, option back knee down or keep it up. Walk your palms under your shoulders. Make sure your left knee is over the ankle or your toes can go slightly forward, your foot rather, in a slight diagonal. So strong with the energy, hugging to the midline. With or without your blocks. If you lower to forearms, elbows are under the shoulders, and then press down wherever your body is touching the earth. Pull the energy up and lengthen it through your spine. One more breath in. Squeeze with your breath out. Whew. Palms back to under your shoulders. Last chaturanga for our sun B. Step it back, take it or leave it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. OMG, big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, soft knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Come into your halfway lift. And then crouch and curl to a nice little tight seat. Take that breath in, finding yourself rooted on the mat with your sit bones. We're gonna lower to our back, 2 rounds of core. So find your back of head softly in the ground, and we'll take our legs up the wall. Palms alongside your body pressed into the mat. And so think of a bit of a jackknife here, but the breath's gonna be different than a typical strength class. So on your inhale, reach forward, look forward between your thighs, lifting your shoulders off the mat, your head off the mat. And slowly as you exhale, return your head down, lower the legs to a hover. Only go as far as keeping your low back flat. Then inhale, back up, legs over hips, elevating your shoulders and head, neck off the mat. And exhale, return down. Inhale up. Exhale, lengthening apart. Breathing and releasing. Now, it might be helpful to bring your arms all the way overhead as you lower. Find what works for you. Move nice and slow, really driving your belly button, corkscrewing it down rather, into the mat. Let's just do 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. Give me 1 more up. Lower down and knees to your chest from there. Oh, squeeze it in, maybe take them wide. Feel free to shimmy across your low back. So our second round of core focus is going to be yogi bicycles. So bring your knees over your hips, parallel your shins to the mat, flex your feet, and take your elbows wide. Lock your belly into the earth. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist opposite elbow to thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, other side. Exhale, twist. Extending the opposite leg long to a hover on the mat. Feet stay flexed. Avoid drawing your thighs in towards your chest. Just when you pull them in through home base, keep them stacked over your hips. We need to lift with the core strength. Lift the shoulders a little higher up. Elbow towards those thighs. Let's go 4 more on each side. 3. Almost there. Just 2. 2. 1 more each side. And done. Whew. You can take your knees into your chest wide, maybe shimmy, or you can take a star pose on the mat, opening up your arms and legs nice and wide. Sigh out a couple deep rounds of breath, letting go of some internal heat. And we'll start to draw our knees back into your chest. Grab behind your thighs, rock and roll front and back a few times, coming all the way up. Cross your ankles. We'll find child's pose. So take your knees wide and let your spine lengthen as you rest your forehead into the mat. A couple of rounds of breath here to let your belly expand. And with your next breath, press into your palms. Keep your toes touching behind you. Inhale, sweep up and forward with the hips, bringing your chest through the arms, toes to the sky, letting the hips melt towards the mat. And on your exhale, back to child's pose, nice and slow. Inhale will be up and forward and through. Soft gaze, soft through the neck. Exhale, we'll be back. Just a couple more times on your own. Let the belly stretch, your chest open, your back softly, gently arch. No pinching, tension, or pain. Lubricating the hip joints even more. One more time to come through and to make it all the way back to your child's pose. Lengthen your spine, take a breath in. And sigh a breath out, hips onto your heels. And pressing into your palms, come up to your tabletop pose. And we'll slowly make our way back to our downward facing dog. Pedal the knees, sway the hips. So good. All right, to move on, we'll sweep our right leg to the sky. Take 1 big breath in. And exhale, low lunge. Warrior 1, back heel walks in slightly and pivots in, toes out. And you slowly rise up to standing. And from here, you can interlace your thumbs, press your feet down, both feet press firmly into the mat. And you can either stay with a long, tall, neutral spine and breathe, or you can gently let your back arch, finding extension through the spine, lifting up through the chest. So get that little pelvic tilt. If you need to shorten your stance in your legs, that's fine. If you need to widen the stance in your legs to find your solid base, that's perfect. Inhale, come back up through neutral spine. And exhale to your warrior 2. Nice. From your warrior 2, root down into your feet. Press the gas pedal on your right foot. Press your left little toe down and straighten your front leg. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, reach forward into triangle pose, send your hips back, and then you can pivot. And before you slide in even more, let's reach up through the top hand, hug your inner thighs, and then you can allow that bottom hand to slide down a little more. Shoulders into your back. And you can look down for some more stability and support. You can also use a block under your hand along the outer right thigh. Breathe in strength and energy. You are strong. You've got this. Last breath in and last breath out. Inhale, come back up to warrior two, and then come into your star pose. And you can tee your arms out from your star. And just like before, that sway back. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold halfway down. Soft bend to your knees. We'll stay open and wide here, and then we will slowly release and fold all the way down. Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. Soft bend in your knees, send the weight forward into the balls of your feet. And you might stay still and just hang, release. You might sway through the knees or hips side to side, or walk your hands to your ankles, or add on any sort of arm balance you might want right here. Couple more breaths. Again, from Prasarita, we're making our way to a seat. There's two ways to get there. First, palms under shoulders. Find that halfway lift, a long spine. So one way to get to a seat is for Malasana, yogi squat. Walk your heels in, toes out, dropping the seat low and coming into a seat from there. And the other way from your standing Prasarita is to walk your hands back, kind of like a reverse down dog. Fingertips face the wall behind you, and then plant your palms firmly, shoulders width apart, bend your elbows, and very slowly lower your seat, let your legs slide out, landing into a wide leg forward fold. So however you get there, enjoy your journey, make it safe and comfortable for you, and find your wide leg forward fold. So toes to the sky, feet are flexed, keeping your thighs up. Really feel your sitting bones root down right here. You can stay upright with a long spine, or we can fold. But to fold, let's find that gentle tilt of the pelvis, bringing your pubic bone into the mat, gentle arch of the back. And we'll slowly, you can use your hands to assist, come down. Maybe you come down just a little. Maybe your forearms come to blocks or the mat. Maybe you just extend your arms into a T and slide all the way down or on a block to the chest. Whatever is comfortable for you. And just a couple more breaths. And then palms into the mat, slowly walk yourself back up. Beautiful. Get to that tall spine. We're going to tilt our knees into deer pose to the right. So hips stay in the ground, or pelvis stays in the ground. Sitting bones stay in the mat. Tilt your legs to two 90-degree bends. So we want the right knee and hip lined up, and then the right heel and knee lined up, foot flexed. Left hip and knee, and then left heel and knee lined up, foot flexed. Find mermaid pose. Take your left hand off to the left side. Inhale your right arm up and over. Breathe into the side ribs, the side body. Then we'll switch it out. Right palm down. Inhale your left arm up and over. Use your exhale, some core strength. Come through center one more time each side. And last time on the right side. And then bring your left hand up, spine up. Slide your right palm behind you, fingertips face the wall behind you. Gentle, supported, wild thing. Press your feet down and inhale, lift your hips up. Try to arch your back. Breathe in. And exhale, find that seat. Fire log is our last shape on this side. Gently lift up your left leg, bringing the hip into more external rotation. Stack your left shin on top of the right. Bringing the spine into neutral alignment. And now here is where I'll see lots of trouble. So if you have space between the knee, you can support a blanket or a block to fill in that gap. And also if your knees are higher than your hips, you could go ahead and sit on that folded blanket, lifting your hips just a little bit.
letting the knees come down just a little bit more. Feet are flexed, spine is tall. You can stay here and allow yourself to fold that way. Rounding the back. You can tell the difference if you fold here, the rounding compared to all the swayed back opening we did in the chest. Now we're releasing the back muscles. Just a couple more breaths. If you were folded down, press your palms down, rise up bone by bone. So we're going to kind of pivot our knees both now to stack facing the right side and press your palms down, come into plank. If you want chaturanga, take it from here. Otherwise, we'll meet in our downward facing dog. And we've got one more time for our left side. So inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, warrior one. Back heel pivots in. And interlace your thumbs if you can stay nice and tall in the spine, or freedom pose, allowing your chest to come forward, swaying the back just a little pelvic tilt, looking up, reaching up and back. Find the steadiness of breath. Keep lifting up and out so we're not compacting or compressing the low back. With your inhale, bring your spine back up to neutral and open up warrior two. Adjust your feet. Open up and soften your shoulders. Beautiful. Pressing your feet down, your little toe of your right foot down. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Start to send your hips back. Reach forward. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Shoulders in the back, chest opens. Reach up through the top palm and then slide down softly in the bottom palm. You can gently press your left back of hand against the left leg without shifting your leg, and allow that to open your chest a little more. Keep the left side body long and energized. Just a couple more breaths. Let your breathing find a rhythm. Press into your feet and inhale up, star pose. So good. Big breath in and exhale. Let's fold over wide legs, Prasarita, all the way down. Send the weight into the balls of your feet. Keep your heels glued down. Here you can sway if you want some twists from here. You got it. We're just here for a few more breaths. And when you're ready, palms under your shoulders, find that halfway lift, long energy in your spine. Returning to our seat your way, so maybe Malasana, or maybe you find that reverse down dog. Bend elbows and slowly slide your seat down. When you get there, it's wide leg forward fold. So right palm reaching down the right leg, left arm up, and then hinge over, keeping your chest lifted. Make sure your left hip isn't rooting up. Keep it down. Just open up the chest. One more cycle of breath. Core engagement. Inhale all the way back up. Left hand down, right arm up, and exhale, hinge over now to the left side. Sitting bones grounded, feet are flexed, thighs and toes facing the ceiling. Last breath in, last breath out, and inhale all the way back up to the top. Hands can come down to your thighs. Finding our deer pose or 90-degree bends in our knees to the left this time. Pivot them over, stack them up, find those 90-degree bends, align your heels with your knees, and we'll find our mermaid pose. Right palm to the mat, left arm up and over, side stretch,
And now left palm down, right arm up and over, keeping the sitting bones in the earth. One more time each side. And left palm down, right arm up. Slowly come back up to a tall spine. Slide your left hand behind you for our wild thing. Inhale, lift your hips. Stay here for a breath. And exhale, return to a seat. Fire log, slowly lift up your right knee. And then open up your hip externally, stacking your right leg on top of the left. Sit up tall. It's okay if you need to take a wider seat, wider legs. Maybe you sit on a blanket. Sit nice and tall in the spine. And if you choose to, you can round forward last time. One more cycle of breath. And using your palms, slowly walk your spine back up to neutral. Take your right knee so it faces the left, stacking to the left side. We're going to come forward into our plank and back to our downward facing dog from there. Beautiful. Try to have a strap nearby in reaching distance as you might want it. We'll inhale our right leg high. And exhale, half pigeon, right knee to your right wrist. Shin goes to the mat. Back leg goes long, right out of the hip socket. So engage your inner thighs here so you can balance the weight from side to side. We'll stay up nice and tall for a moment, and then if it feels right, you can fold forward. If this doesn't feel good for any reason, go ahead and take it to your back, right ankle over left thigh. Slowly let your chest widen, your hips widen, release into the earth, letting something go. What do you feel in this moment? Last round of breath. Root down into your hands and slowly lift your torso up. So from here, option to use that strap, option to tackle king pigeon. And we're going to lift up our left knee and take your left hand back for your foot, or use your strap. And slowly pull your foot forward towards your head. Now, the full version of this is hands back, reaching up overhead, but I'm not quite that flexible, so you could use a strap and do a back bend. Or you can slide your foot to your left elbow crease, then reach your hand towards your shoulder. Now your right hand can reach up and with or without a strap, reach for the strap or interlace your hands here. You've got this arch in the back, hug your inner thighs. Look forward with the chest, with your gaze. Hug your right bicep towards your ear. Take one more breath in. And exhale slowly, one piece at a time, come out. Find your way to your downward facing dog. And pedal it out. Release your low back. And one more time, inhale your left leg high. Exhale. Left knee to your wrist. Let your right leg come long on the mat. Take a moment to find the height in your spine, the hug of your inner thighs, and fold if you would like to fold. If you're on your back, your left ankle will be over your right thigh this time. Try to release a little more into the mat. Notice what you feel. Another round of breath. And you can stay or king pigeon, press your palms down, lift your torso up.
We'll bend the right knee with your strap or without. You can use your hand, reach back to your right foot, slowly pull it forward, a cat grabs tail version. You can slide your toes up the forearm until you get to the elbow crease and then wrap your elbow around your leg. From here, looking forward with your chest, left arm up, and then bend it back, reaching for your strap or your hand. Hug your inner thighs for stability and support. Yes, you're arching your back. You've got a pelvic tilt and you're looking forward with a soft gaze. Two more rounds of breath. Last breath in. And slowly release. Bring your palms forward. Lengthen your spine and take it up and back to your downward facing dog. And you can shake out your legs from here, bring some circulation back in. And when you're ready, release your knees to the mat. We're going to come to our backs. Slowly pivot your feet forward and lower down. Hands by your sides, palms into the earth, feet hips width distance apart, one round of bridge. Spread your toes wide. When you're ready, lift your hips up towards the sky. Retuck your shoulders down your back. You can stay here if you want to take a bind, interlacing your hands below you. Just lift up a little higher. Glutes are fired up about 90%. Last breath in. And release any binds. Breathe out and lower your back slowly to the mat. Soles of feet together, knees wide, bound angle pose. Take your right hand to your low abdomen and your left hand to your heart. Softly repeat your mantra if you'd like. I feel. And reach your palms down by your outer thighs and draw your knees in towards your chest. We'll find happy baby from here. I like to thread my hands through my inner thighs and capture my heels, knees squeezing in at the shoulders or ribs, feet flexed so they're facing the ceiling. Being still or adding on some gentle movement, anything that's organic and feels right. Gently roll across your low back, your sacrum. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze into a little tiny ball. Squeeze out any last bits of energy that you don't need to carry with you, tension and stress. And release to Shavasana. Back of head to the mat, legs long. Open your limbs up at least 45 degrees. Retuck your wings underneath you. Maybe sigh out a cycle of breath and settle in for a couple minutes of Shavasana. If you get cold, put your blanket across you. Just be present. Feel what's happening in your body after that practice. I will read from you this quote. Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Eckhart Tolle. And slowly bring your energy back into your body, into the space, into the room you're in. Noticing the temperature, feeling the sensations of your clothes on your skin. Feeling your breath rise from belly to ribs to chest and back down as every breath breathes in nourishment and fuels your energy. You can always remain in Shavasana longer. But if you feel ready to move, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can roll your wrists and your ankles. And maybe take a big good morning stretch. It might feel nice to arch your back one last time, or to yawn, or just hinge your jaw from side to side. And you can slowly draw your knees into your chest and either rock front and back a few times to a seat or take your knees off to the side. And if you feel ready to rise up to a seat with eyes heavy, support yourself up carefully. And then ground those sit bones down and sit up tall in your spine. If you'd like to join me with your hands at heart, Anjali Mudra, thumbs into the sternum, chest lifted, gaze forward or closed with eyes. Thank you for your time today, for sharing this space, this energy, and aligning our first to second chakra. May your journey always be filled with joy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Sacral Chakra Yoga Flow. Next up in our journey is to open up our third chakra, our powerhouse, our solar plexus. So I hope you continue on with the chakra journey, and I look forward to seeing you next time.